everyone. So today is Friday the 27th of March. We are all gathering here this time to do the evening chanting, to show our respect and homage to the Buddha for his kindness and compassion towards all sentient beings. And we are very fortunate that despite we are being born after 2,500 years later of his departure, we have this opportunity to learn the Dhamma and practice the Dhamma. The Dhamma that leads to the path and the fruition to find the real happiness. Gathering here, particularly tonight, Satish and Chamanti and Vinod are here to drop sesat to the temple. So sesat is preparing to be temporary novice monk from tomorrow onwards for a week, and I hope he's ready to be away from parents for a week, mentally ready to be a novice monk. I think your mom is more stressed than yourself.
It's a punishment.
Did you ever ask your mom, are you stressed? No. So, I think Chamanti is panicked and stressed. Then a person who is going to be a novice monk. Sesat. So Sesat is probably thinking, no, for 1 week I'm away from the parents, I'm going to have fun. Yeah? Huh? Is it? Maybe? Vinod will be having a wonderful time. No one is causing me any trouble, so whole house is for myself. So Sesat is going to be a novice monk tomorrow. What do you think? Why do you want to be a novice monk? Do you have any opinion or any thoughts? No? Your mom is worried that after 1 week you do not go back home and continue being a novice monk. And I said that's fine, I will find someone to drop you off to the school. So you will be the first novice monk going to school in the UK in a robe. But obviously, if you are going to university, if you're going to school with the robe, you have to inform school that you will be coming in that form.
Is it allowed?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. So that's why you have to ask a special permission from the school if you are going to be a novice monk and going to school. Maybe that will be interesting, huh, Cesar? Going to school in a monk robe, novice monk. Huh?
I'm not thinking.
first thing will be you will be the highlight of the school. Everybody will be coming to see you. Who is that boy?
Whole media will be nowadays.
Huh?
Whole media will be nowadays.
So every children will be talking about you. So talk of the town. Yeah, so novice monk. There hasn't been any actually. No novices going to schools. There are in the universities, but not in the schools. And that will be a new thing if you go. Okay. Now, and according to Sri Lankan tradition, when someone become a novice monk or a monk, they are regarded as a naughty boys. Is that true? No? So those who are very difficult to tame, behaving badly, they are normally encouraged to go to the temples. But your case is very different. And then also, there is no tradition of temporary ordination in Sri Lanka. So you are very special, a very special case. This is very famous in Thailand. Every summer holidays in the villages, they will organize summer camp. Obviously, not only the boys, girls also stay, but girls will wearing a white cloth. The novices, they will shave their head and stay in a temple and training for about 2 weeks. So 1 week is like coming together, learning, and helping each other to the temple, cleaning and doing something. And then after that, become a novice monk. And then for 2 weeks, there will be classes on Buddhism, on English language, on different behaviors and like that, and even computers and computer skills as well. So 2 weeks. 2 weeks full on actually, full on. And it's quite fun as well. And also it is another way of helping parents, so that parents don't need to worry about their children. The children are in a temple and monks are looking after them. And monks will be busy training classes. I happened to be one of the teachers in many times, many projects in many different places in Thailand. And then my last was in Cambodia. So in Cambodia, I was invited to join in Cambodia, and there 300 boys became a novice monk. 300. And then I don't remember exactly how many girls were staying there. So, but I didn't stay a whole program. I stayed only 1 week, and I was teaching English. I was teaching English in Cambodia, and when I came back from Cambodia, I got an offer to come to UK. So then when I moved to King's Bromley in 2007, there also we had this summer camp for boys, ordaining for a week summer camp, and then become a novice monk, and we teach Buddhism, we teach I was one of the teachers, and I taught So there were courses like on Buddhism, Buddhist ethics, and some other skills, and chanting, learning how to chant, like that. So it's very famous in Thai community, and they always encourage their children to become a novice monk once in their lifetime. And then when they become old, after 20 years, their parents normally encourage their children to become a monk when they are about 25, just for temporary monk. It is believed that when they are still young and become a novice monk, then they will learn what is wrong and what is bad actions and what is good actions. So they will have a basic understanding of things we should avoid and things we should do. In the meantime, learn to live independently, because once you become a novice monk, you have to learn to do things by your own self. And starting from, let's say, making your bed, and cleaning your bowls, and cleaning your robes, and then also not only doing your own job but also working in a group. So you have to learn to work with other members, like daily chores, hoovering, cleaning, like that. So these are the things. So basically, learning to be mature. May not be matured, but at least some skills they will learn. That's why they encourage, and they will learn at least some skills. And then after that, novices also learn some chantings and stories and meditation. And these stories and chantings and meditation will help them for a long time. That's why it is also always encouraged in Thailand. So boys always encouraged to go and participate in those programs. And then when you become a 25, you are encouraged to be a fully ordained monk. Simply is the involvement of so-called horoscope, and also local beliefs, saying that 25 is the vulnerable age, and you are moving from dependent on a parent, you are going into independent. You become a person who will be allowing, also who will be what is it called, giving dependency to others. So in that time, then there will be a turmoil of thoughts, turmoil of a job, turmoil of a family, a mixture of thinking, what should I do, where should I go, and that's like that. And it's very easy that you may slip away from a good doing to the wrong path. So that's why the age of 25, you're always encouraged to become a monk. And then now, if you don't become a monk at the age of 25, then your girlfriend will force you to be a monk. Because they regard you as not fully cooked, half cooked. So you know only half of the journey or half of the world. You only know the worldly life, you don't know the Dhamma life. Yeah? So it's called half cooked. Okay, so that is the reason when you are going to get married, then your girlfriend will force you to be a monk for a certain period of time. So when you go to Thailand, suppose someone is going to be a fully ordained monk, and then there will be a procession going around the building, the Uposatha hall building, for 3 times. And in that procession, if any girl, any beautiful girl is going around with a pillow, going around with a pillow, then that is a lady either has married or going to marry that lady. So the girlfriend or a partner, a lady, she will be holding the pillow as a form of I am waiting for you. So that's why whenever there is this ordination goes on, everybody looking is there any girls who is holding the pillow. So that's how it and then, but somehow there are cases that after becoming a monk, they didn't give up being a monk, and with that these ladies again, they can wait no longer, so they will find their own another husband. That's also quite happens there as well. But anyway, these are some of the things that's taking place or takes place in Thailand, but it's very unusual in Sri Lankan community. But I would encourage every parents to let your children, let your child or let your children become a novice monk or a monk once in their lifetime. It is a good seed we are planting. It's a good seed we are planting in their consciousness. Maybe just for a week, just for maybe 3 days. We have seen 3 days of a novice ordination. Maybe for 3 days, but the seeds is there. Like I think it was 2018 or 19. This little boy, their parents wanted to this little boy become a novice monk, and he was, he agreed to be a novice monk for 3 days, and then for 3 whole days he never took off his hat. So he was very ashamed of his no hair. So he never took off his hat. But he was learning every day. He was very good at studying. He studied life of the Buddha, the stories, and then in order to encourage him, I recorded on YouTube as well. YouTube his talks, and 3 days passed quite quickly without knowing, and he learned quite a bit as well. And later on, after he gave up being a novice monk, 2 weeks later we had the Sila program here, and I asked him to come and share his feelings of 3 days of being a monk, novice monk. And he came. And he spoke about his experience. And every children were like very amazed. How could he do that? Like that. And then he moved to America and in Texas. He lives in Texas. So when he moved there, then again he went to temple. The seed continued, and that seed not only for him, and he was a novice monk, and his brother also inspired with that. his brother, younger brother, inspired from that too. So that's why this ordination is something stays in them for a long time and helps even this life. And obviously, it helps to the future lives. So that's why there is a belief or this local concept, the faith or beliefs goes on saying that if you had become monk once in their life, then it's like there is a seed for a long, long time. Whenever the condition matures, then straight away you want to become a monk and learn the Dhamma. Whereas sometimes some people may want to be a novice monk or a monk, but never been exposed or never had done the ordination, then it takes a lot of effort. And pretty much oftentimes they cannot continue to be a monk or a novice monk. So it requires a lot of energy, a lot of dedication and determination, and lots of sacrifice as well. And only then you can become a monk. But whereas sometimes if somebody just had a desire and that desire just flourishes so quickly and everything just comes together and become a monk, it's easy to be a monk. So that means that that person has done good merit and the seed's been planted. Even like during the time of the Buddha, there was one gentleman. I tried to remember his name, I couldn't remember. Maybe Satish, who explained this seven Visuddhis to Sariputta? What's his name? It's just stuck in my throat. But anyway, so he was living in a remote place, and then one of his students, he was very dedicated, and he was supporting him so much, and he wanted to become a novice monk. So initially he wanted to become a monk, but because of difficulties to find the monks to fulfill the quorum, which is more than 4 monks, he could not get the 4 monks to ordain him. And as a result of that, his teacher ordained him as a novice monk for many years. Just a novice monk for many years. And while he was a novice monk, he again studied and he became really knowledgeable, and he traveled to the Vaisali, and when he was asked, who is your teacher? Then he mentioned his name. I still can't come up with this name. And even the Buddha praised that his teacher was really Arahat, enlightened one. And he was teaching that. So that's why whenever Sariputta heard of this monk, Sariputta himself wanted to see him. And that's how when the Sariputta went to see this monk, and that night they discussed the 7 Visuddhis. He explained the 7 Visuddhis like that. So that's why the ordination is also, sometimes you may wish to do, but condition may not match. Condition may not be arising there. Either personal issues, either the Sangha problem, either the environment problem, then you can't become a monk. Yeah? So that's required, the previous karma, or the great effort that one will dedicate. And that's the case, like the case of this story that I just mentioned. So he became a novice monk for many years until monk's quorum was fulfilled and become a monk. And another case that we as a humans are very attached to the possessions and our greed so much that one side maybe want to come off, but another side will still attached to it. And with that attachment, again, the effort not been completed. So with that, again, very difficult to become a monk. So it's really a journey that defines our belief, our dedication, our determination, and also the previous actions that we have, and most importantly, ability to give up our luxury. Give up our luxuries like our own comfortable bed, and our own way of living, and then these things are not easy. Like this time, maybe for Sesat now, this time will be give up playing on the mobile phones. Will be a very difficult one. Maybe torturing yourself. Do you think you can do whole week not having mobile phone?
Yes.
Yes? Very brave. Very good. So like that. So that's why becoming a novice monk or a monk is something that's really a lot in it. And it's not just for oneself, but also for other members of a family and a community too. Particularly for the families, there is a belief saying that 7 generations past and seven generations coming to be, they will get this merit. And then the merit basically, when I reflected on that, I think it basically that people will be talking. Suppose in the past 7 generations, we do not know whether they will or not, apart from what merit that we dedicate. But for the 7th generation to be, people will be always talking about, talking that, so and so, my grand or my grandfather or great grandfather used to be a monk, or once he became a monk. So that's how the generation continues. And then for the 7 generations, they will speak about it with a great joy and happiness. There is a family in London. This family came from Nepal. Now this family is a 4th generation of a monk who ordained 90 years ago. 90 years ago. Okay? And this family, they never know this grandfather, but the effect, they still have it. They have this great grandfather's picture in their house. And then whenever they have ceremonies or when the ritual, the rites and rituals needs to perform, they think of, our great father used to be a monk. We better go to the Buddhist temple. See, the benefit of that simple act continues that far. So that's why that continues. At the same time, for the community, as you can see, that maybe just for a few days, but its effect to the community is also quite vast. Whoever hears about it, they rejoice. They appreciate. They even admire that how brave Sesat is. Like a few people even say that what a wonderful thing. How brave. Because giving up all these luxuries is not easy. And when somebody able to give it away, and everybody, that person is great, like that. So, and in another form, if we are truly a believer of Buddhism, then in a way now, if you become a monk or a novice monk or a nun, that means that your parents will have a share in the Dhamma. Like the King Emperor, he was the patron of Buddhism in 3rd century BC in India. So he was the emperor, King Asoka. And he supported to build 84,000 pagodas in India. And then he supported, give a dana, food, to 500 monks every single day. Being a king, emperor, which is not hard for him. He did that. And then he sponsored to organize this 3rd Buddhist Council. Third Buddhist Council in India, which has about 1,000 monks staying in one place for 7 months, reciting the teachings of the Buddha, compiling it. And after that, the Buddhism spread so fast. So then before that council took place, he went on to speak with the senior monk and said that I have been building these temples everywhere, and I've been supporting these monks everywhere for that many years. Have I got a share in Buddhism? That was the question he asked to this monk, the Sangaraja. And then this monk said that you have done the lay people's job, but you haven't got the share yet. If you want to have a share, you have to give your children to be a monk or a nun. Then he turned to the Prince Mahinda and Princess Sangamita. And both were also visiting a temple and studying the Dhamma. And as soon as the King Emperor Asoka approached these two prince and princess, they also replied saying that we have been thinking of it, but because of respect to you, we didn't ask any permission, and we're so glad that you ask. You desire, you wish to have a share. We are very happy to become a monk and a nun. Then they become a monk and a nun. And with that, after they become a monk and a nun, then he got the share in Buddhism. And with that share, he spread Buddhism around the world. Hadn't he organized the Buddhist Council, hadn't he sent the missionaries, Buddhism had been wiped out. We would not have any chance to know Buddhism at all. We would not be knowing who was the Buddha, what his teachings about. We would not have chance to do so. So with his missionaries, 9 missionaries who went around in different parts of the world, 2 major part became the major force, one in Sri Lanka and one in Thailand. So in Sri Lanka, this King Asoka's son and a daughter, the Mahinda and the Sangamita went to spread the Dhamma there. And in Thailand, Sona and Uttara went to spread the Dhamma in Thailand. And that's how in these 2 places survived. But other places died. Afghanistan died. Cambodia, the South Pakistan died. Yonok is Roman, nearer to the Romans, the Roman country, nearer to the Iran. So that's also died. Many other places died. Even in Nepal, died. In Nepal, also Majjhima Thera went to teach, but it didn't survive. So like that. So that's why, as someone become a monk or a novice monk, that means you are also giving a share of a Buddhism to your parents. It has a lot to offer, and it has a lot in there. But most importantly, that someone who becomes a monk or a novice monk or a nun, they have subconsciously taken the path, and that subconsciously taken that path, the seed in the subconsciously, it saves there, and then slowly it just sprouts one way or another, and that's how it becomes a sankhara that continues for many years to come. So, Cesar, you're very lucky to have good parents encouraging you to be a novice monk, even though just for a temporarily, and most importantly, you come forward yourself and happy to be a novice monk. So journey begins now. So, tomorrow, but now. So today you have to train a little bit later on as well. Okay. All right. With this talk, reflection, let's do the chanting.